As a young citizen of India, armed with technology, knowledge, and love for my nation, with a vision of transforming India into a developed nation, I'm joining Shobhit University. What about you?
Very good morning to all the participants from India and abroad. Shobhit Institute of Engineering and Technology, Meerut, deemed to be university, and its centers of excellence, a Center for Agricultural Informatics and E-Governance Research Studies, and Center for Agribusiness and Disaster Management Studies, extend greetings to all the participants from India and abroad who are attending today's national webinar series on doubling farmers' income by 2022, Atmanirbhar Bharat in Agriculture. Today, this webinar series is being hosted on every Thursday at 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Indian Standard Time. Today is 19th May 2022. The topic is very important topic, potential role of minor fruits in achieving nutritional and livelihood security. On behalf of the Honorable Chancellor, Honorable Vice-Chancellor, the faculty members of the university, and on my behalf and as Professor Emeritus and Chairman of the Centers of Excellence, Center for Agricultural Informatics and E-Governance Research Studies, Center for Agribusiness and Disaster Management Studies, Center for Informatics Development Solutions and Application, Center for Industry 4.0 Technology Studies and Application, and Center for Health Informatics and Computing. Let me welcome today's guest speaker to deliver the talk in the 77th edition of the National Webinar Series, Professor Dr. N. Kumar. Professor Dr. N. Kumar, former Vice-Chancellor, Tamil Nadu Agricultural University, Chennai. For the benefits of the participants and the guest speaker, so far under this webinar series, the university has organized 76 webinars of very important topics, relevance of today, namely role of agricultural cooperative societies and e-governance, blockchain technology-based fishery value chain, a self-contained village felt need of the day, spices informatics network value chain, lantana camera, a camouflaged treasure trove, smart hill agriculture, a digitalized hill agriculture value system, Mara mobile, Mara marketing, integrated mariculture, aquaponics, and precision agriculture, MAPA biofarms for income revolution. This is given by Professor Samuel Jnana Prakash, head of the Department of Center for Marine Science and Technology, Manonmaniam Sundarlar University, Raja Kamangalam. Smart tribal agriculture optimizing value chains, digital agri-tech and industry perspective, land resources information system in India, present and road ahead, weather decision technologies for increasing farm income, weather big data in smart farming, sustainable soil and land management for climate smart agriculture, understanding market dynamics for increasing farm income, role of technologies in mitigating crop risk, how to generate additional profit via simple, attractive approaches in farm produce, adoption of flexi rubber jet time technology, potential benefits for farmers in rain-fed and coastal agro ecosystems, realizing the economic benefits of agroforestry, Actosol, optimal Actosol organic humic solutions for increasing crop yields and quality while increasing farm income and improving soil health, closing the nutrient loop, phosphorus management in protein farming, improving nutrient use efficiency and farm productivity, artificial intelligence enabled pest management technology for agriculture crop protection without pesticides, empowering farmers through extension and knowledge dissemination, role of mass media, smart poultry monitoring solutions, agrobiodiversity, intellectual property laws, agriculture and farmers' welfare, and insight into the issues for India's agrarian economy, manufacture and application of biochar for increased soil fertility and crop productivity, sustainable integration of livestock with agriculture for farm income increase, role of geographical indications, for improving farmers' income, lessons from Asia Pacific region. Dairy Informatics Network Value Chain, a dairy tech startup perspective for farm income increase. Spices Informatics Network Value Chain, a turmeric startup perspective for farmers' income increase. Generating sustainable on-farm income through fintech intervention. Nutrition sensitive agriculture pathway for increasing farm income, artificial intelligence and data analytics to ensure optimal nutrition in the soil, harvested food that minimizes human diseases, by Dr. Chris Sothropoulos, Chief Executive Officer, Global Opportunities Commercialization Private Limited, Melbourne, Australia. Bioenergy supply chain, a business opportunity for rural enterprises and farmer produce organization. Tech enabling India's tech-starved farmers for manifold increase in productivity and income. Open insurance ecosystem for agriculture producers, risk management solutions to overcome repercussions on farmers' income, market stability, and food safety. Role of mass media for income increase, a case study from Green TV. Agriculture Stack, open insurance digital infrastructure for the agriculture ecosystem, a Linux Foundation project. Circular bioeconomy towards resilience, urgent need for redefining raw materials and modified waste management policies and regulations. Agritech, new horizon in Indian agriculture, supporting of farmers for marketing will only help doubling of income by 2022. Rural transformation of farmers' income increase, case studies from impoverished districts. Mobile enabled software as a service to solve complex supply chain challenges, a case study from Daily Orders. John Deere's journey in India, integrated precision agriculture solutions, doubling the income of farmers through eco-agri revolution. Bayer's carbon farming initiative, post-production intervention, maximizing value for farmers. BAFE models of revival of traditional water management systems to enable doubling of farmers' income. Should we adopt farmers' welfare as a new paradigm instead of farmers' income? ICT intervention in agriculture, challenges and opportunities. Democratizing the future of farming, a global experience. Commercial processing of fodder, the next game changer in dairy. Data-driven agriculture and agri-tech startup perspective. Agribusiness potentials in Muriga. Agricultural income pathways, strengthening links between agriculture activities and nutrition outcome. Agricultural income pathway, strengthening links between agricultural activities and nutrition outcome. Technology, education, research and rehabilitation for the environment. Cultivating dignity for farmers. Model Village Development Program, a case study from Maharashtra. Market-driven agriculture, need for the development of crop-specific strategies at block level. Farmers Collective with value additions, powerful business model for income increase for small and marginal farmers. Lessons from operational flood for transforming agriculture and food systems. Sustainable food production. Agriculture market in India, defects therein and remedial measures, if any. Small-scale fisheries and their contribution to for rural livelihoods, case study from developing countries, by Dr. Selvaraj, Chief General Manager, NABARD. Impacting lives through livelihood promotion and value chain development, case study from Vritti Impact Model. Organic spices cultivation for doubling of farmers' income in northeastern region of India, a value chain analysis. Agriculture exports management, imperatives of integrating with global value chain at the earliest. Agriculture value chain challenges and opportunities. Dairy husbandry for food security and national prosperity, by Dr. Narayan Hegde, Managing Trustee, Nisargopachar Ashram, founded by Mahatma Gandhi, Pune. Mushroom cultivation, a way towards self-reliance from agricultural waste and providing national food security to the nation. Subhas Palekar, natural farming, future of farming rooted in Indian tradition. Vision 2025, agriculture and allied sectors viewpoint. Doubling income of tribal families through value chain intervention, on minor forest producer, a case study on custard apple value chain from Udaipur, Rajasthan. Unnati Agri, Internet in Farmlands. Unnati Agri, Internet in Farmlands, key for prosperous farmers. Jackfruit Informatics Network value chain, a needed digital infrastructure for increasing farmers' income. Doubling of farmers' income through integrated agri value chain. This is by Dr. Sudhir Kumar Goyal, Additional Chief Secretary, former Additional Chief Secretary by Government of Maharashtra. Today is the 77th edition of the National Webinar Series, which will be addressed by Professor Dr. N. Kumar, former Vice-Chancellor, Tamil Nadu Agricultural University, on the very important topic, potential role of minor fruits in achieving nutritional and livelihood security. Potential role of minor fruits in achieving nutritional and livelihood security. Dear participants, we look at the key words: minor fruits, potential benefits, nutritional security, and livelihood security. India is said to be the land of villages. Acharya Vinoba Bhave said, India is largely an agricultural country, Krishi Pradhan Desh, and a country of villages having more than 6.25 lakhs villages, Gram Pradhan Desh. Agriculture sector is the foundation of Indian economy. It employs more than 50% of India's workforce and contributes almost 19% of its GDP. Climate change has both direct and indirect effects on agriculture productivity, including changing rainfall patterns, severe drought, flooding, and changes in the geographical redistribution of pests and diseases. India's labor-intensive and subsistence-based agriculture sector is particularly vulnerable to this development. Indian farming community comprises of about 14.5 crores operational holdings, of which 85% of the farmers have small and marginal size operational holding. Farmer needs timely, location-specific, and personalized information for effective control on their production risk, and then market their produce to identified market opportunities. Many national level programs, be it Digital India 2015, Make in India 2015, Skill India 2015, Startup India 2015, Stand Up India 2015, have faced operational difficulties for its impact at farm level and farmers level, and that too at small and marginal farmers. Many of the small and marginal farmers do not even know many of the central sector schemes and centrally sponsored schemes. Honorable Prime Minister, in his Independence Day address on 15th August 2021, I would like to quote, "In the coming years, we will have to increase the collective power of the small farmers of the country. We have to give them new facilities. They must become the country's pride. Chota Kisan, Banem, Desh Ki Shan." Small farmers become the pride of the nation. On 28 February 2016, while addressing a farmers' rally in Bareilly, Uttar Pradesh, he said, "My dream is to see farmers double their income by 2022 when the country completes 75 years of its independence." Once again, on April 16, 2022, Honorable Prime Minister said, "India cannot afford to remain stagnant at this juncture, and it has to be self-reliant. And if people use local goods for the next 25 years, the country will not have to face the issue of unemployment, while urging the people to buy only the locally made products only." Ministry of Tribal Affairs has the plan to establish smart tribal villages in about 1.45 lakhs villages with over 25% populations are ST category. The first phase will include 36,428 villages, at least having with 50% tribal population. Reforms towards digitalization of agriculture system. I would like to quote the report on doubling farmers' income by 2022, report 2018, under which I have been associated for 2 volumes. Volume 11, that is empowering the farmers through extension and knowledge dissemination, and Volume 12B, Digital Technology in Agriculture, as its group chairman. Agriculture logistics is the backbone of agribusiness, and agriculture marketing is the brain behind value realization. Volume 12B of this important report, that's called Dr. Ashok Dalwai report, suggests strategic use of digital technology in agriculture in farming systems life cycle through 7 mission mode programs, namely digitalized agriculture, digital technology and innovation in agriculture, Digital India, Make in India, Skill India, Startup India, programs for transformational reforms in agriculture sector through smart irrigated farming, smart rainfed farming, and smart tribal farming, which includes smart hill agriculture. Digitalized agromet advisories and agricultural risk management solutions, digitalized agricultural resources information system, and micro-level planning for achieving smart village and smart farming. Digitalized agriculture value chain for about 400 agriculture commodities. Digitalized access to inputs, technology, knowledge, skill, and agricultural finance, credit, marketing, and agribusiness management to farmers. Digitalized integrated land and water management per drop more crop. And very important is digitalized farm health management for reduction of farmers' loss, which includes farmers' health, human health, plant health, animal health, soil health, water health, fish health, and environmental health. This is based on what I have presented as an invited address at National Agriculture Science Congress held at Lucknow in 2011. I now proceed this as farm health informatics network value chain. This is something like it amounts to 1 trillion data economics, which India has to get benefit from these layers of vertical informatics sector in the farm health. Atmanirbhar Bharat is the road ahead. It is the vision of our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi, of making self-reliant India, rested on 5 I's: intent, inclusion, investment, infrastructure, and innovation, and based on 5 pillars, namely quantum jump in economy, infrastructure, one that represents modern India, systems, 21st century infrastructure, vibrant demography, and demand, whereby the strength of our demand and supply chain should be utilized to full capacity. Third tranche of Atmanirbhar Abhiyan has sanctioned about 1.5 lakh crore as a booster, wherein I would like to quote 2 important sub-schemes. 1 lakh crore to agricultural cooperative societies, farmer producer organization, and startups for boosting farm gate infrastructure, and 10,000 crores for formalization of micro food enterprises following cluster-based farming approach. And now the government of India, through its budget speech 2022, has come out with Amrit Kaal, led up to 100 for the next 25 years, from India at 75 to India at 100. This will have 4 pillars, priorities: Prime Minister's Gadi Shakti, inclusive development, productivity enhancement in investment, sunrise opportunities, energy transition, and climate action, and financing of investment. We have 17 goals and 160 now targets of sustainable development goals of the United Nations and the Agenda 2030, which gives us the future we want. Value chain development, what is it? It is a value chain brings all the stakeholders engaged in the production system on a common platform to contribute their best while ensuring fair deal and transparency. Global Value Chain Development Report 2021, which talks about global value chain are the cross-border networks that bring a product or service from consumption to the market. And World Development Report 2020, targeting trading for development in the age of global value chain, talks about developing countries to speed up trade and investment reforms and improve connectivity. Advanced economies pursue open and predictable policies. All countries strengthen social and environmental protection to ensure the benefit of global value chain participation are shared and sustained. It talks about that complete digitalized value chain. India's agriculture export policy 2018 also talks about that to strive doubles India's share in the world agriculture export by integrating with the global value chain at the earliest. In this regard, I would like to quote the various talks given by our guest speaker in two webinar series, National Webinar Series on Doubling Farmers' Income by 2022 and International Webinar Series on Open Source Digital Technology towards Self-Reliant India, Seizing Opportunities in Open Innovation and Value Creation Network in the Digitalized World for Self-Reliant Economy by Dr. Jebamale Vinanchi Arachi, and he was the former principal advisor to Director General UNIDO. Technology investment in agriculture value chain, role of foreign direct investment by Dr. Dhanendra Kumar, former executive director, World Bank. Leveraging emerging technology for ensuring transparent and traceable agri and food supply chain. Millet value chain from IoT to blockchain, a traceability roadmap. Digital agriculture supply chain trading hub, a geo-economic perspective by Mr. Maya Suresh Kannan, an NRI based at Finland. And market-driven agriculture, need for development of cross-specific strategies at block level. An open agri network to unlock the $1 trillion plus potential of Indian agriculture with smallholder farms by Anil Kumar, founder and group CEO, Sam Unnati. Developing rural entrepreneurship to ensure doubling of farmers' income. Leveraging the power of convergence through connecting the dots. Which are all the dots? Agri startups, agri entrepreneurs, and rural innovators. Developing commercial benefit value, commercial breadfruit value chain to help farmers reach high value markets. In the National Webinar Series on Doubling Farmers' Income by 2022, blockchain-based fishery value chain, Spices Informatics Network value chain, Smart Tribal Agriculture, Optimizing value chain, Dairy Informatics Network value chain, Impacting Lives through Livelihood Promotion value chain development, Organic Spices Cultivation of Doubling Farmers' Income in Northeastern region, Agricultural Exports Management, Imperatives of Integrating with the Global Value Chain at the earliest. Doubling income of tribal families through value chain intervention on minor forest producer. A case study on custard apple value chain, Jackfruit Informatics Network value chain, and needed digital infrastructure for increasing farmers' income. And doubling of farmers' income through integrated agri value chain. Supply chain logistic challenges in the current scenario of India. And we also, when you talk about supply chain management to be integrated, supply chain and demand management within agras companies, we need to look into the legal requirements for export. That is Global Food Safety Initiative. When exporting fresh fruit and vegetables to Europe, it is required to comply with the requirements below. That is food safety, product quality, social, environmental, and business compliance. Integrated value chain is the result of strategic alliance between business partners for achieving competitive advantage. Such strategic alliance requires outsourcing or redesigning the business process of the partners. And agriculture value chain, its challenges and opportunities in India, which includes input section, production or farming sector, harvesting, food processing, packaging, and retail. And we have to unlock the large opportunity which is available through digital and analytics. In order to create income revolution in the agriculture sector, we needed to capture the entire value chain, right from research to the stage where farmers are able to realize money in their pockets, and establish market linkages between farmers and buyers. And there are a lot of agri startups we have been promoting from myself and from the 5 centers of excellence from the Shobhit Institute of Engineering and Technology. We wanted to have one agri deep tech startup in every Gram Panchayat in India. That is 2.25 lakh Gram Panchayat means 2.25 lakh agri deep tech startup to help 14.5 crores operational holders. Digital opportunities across the agriculture value chain for about 400 on agriculture commodities as suggested in the Doubling Farmers Income Committee report. Volume 12B. Potential role of minor fruits in achieving nutritional livelihood security. Let me quote the International Year of Fruits and Vegetables 2021 of the United Nations. Fruits and vegetables have a future. During the COVID-19 lockdown, the government of India took a lot of initiative to build short and inclusive value chain for fruits and vegetables. In a path-breaking initiative, farmer producer organizations were allowed to trade in their agriculture produce directly through online modalities. United Nations in its 74th session declared 2021 as the International Year of Fruits and Vegetables, considering their importance as dietary essential for consumers. Behind this, the move were three objectives. First, raising awareness about healthy diets through increased consumption of fruits and vegetables. Second, promoting international efforts to boost their production through sustainable value chain. Third, emphasizing the need to reduce loss and waste therein, and most importantly, focusing on the role of women in assuring food security of their families and communities since it impacts all the three objectives. Government of Maharashtra, I would like to quote, in association with the Asian Development Bank, have co-financed Maharashtra Agribusiness Network Project, Magnet, to attract everybody to upscale the development of horticulture. The project focuses on 10 targeted value chain for pomegranate, banana, guava, orange, sweet lime, sapota, custard apple, strawberry, okra, green, and red chilies. Interestingly, this project has an inbuilt mechanism for creation of mainstream opportunities for rural women workers. I was instrumental when I was in service in establishing HortNet, that is Horticulture Information Network. And now as a title, Horticulture Information Network 2.0, Integrated ICT Value Chain for Horticulture Farmers in India. This has come as a chapter in Handbook of Horticulture ICAR 2019. And India is a global agricultural powerhouse, says the World Bank. In the major food production ladder board of www.rabobank.com, India is in top 5 countries with respect to rice, wheat, sugar, crop, pulses, oilseeds, fruits and vegetables, tea, cotton, milk, meat, poultry, and fish, seafood producers. Indian horticulture, which consists of fruits including nuts, vegetables, flowers including ornamental plants, spices, plantation crops, and coconut, potato, tuber crops, mushrooms, medicinal and aromatic plants, has become a key driver for economic development in many Indian states. Horticulture produces are rich sources of vitamin, protein, carbohydrates, and minerals. Indian horticulture and livestock sectors stimulate rural economy by providing round-the-year employment, and agriculture, horticulture, livestock farming makes Indian farming system qualitatively different and superior. Indian vision's technology-led development of horticulture is to sustain rural economy. Establishing strong digital network over BharatNet, RailTel, cable TV is the need of the hour, which I have been talking, and I suggested in that about 11 sub-networks in the horticultural system: Fruits Informatics Network, Vegetable Informatics Network, Flower Informatics Network, Aromatic Medicinal Plants Informatics Network, and so on and so forth. And minor products, according to the published documents, major fruits and minor fruits. And minor fruits crops, in general, thought to be consumed relatively in less quantity, have less market demand, and not cultivated in the organized plantation. Nevertheless, climatic adaptability of minor fruit crops is beyond doubt. the pertinent factor that makes these fruit crops to grow extensively over large area in a particular region. Different classifications: less known fruits, less appealing fruits, less exploited fruits, stray fruits, and wild fruits. Therefore, these species demand special attention for their conservation and sustainable utilization. And this may be merited with a number of desirable attributes: hardiness, yielding without receiving external agri inputs, possessing gene for various purposes including resistance to insects and pesticides, processing potential, and most important is their nutritional and medicinal properties. Judicious management and utilization of minor fruits is essential for increasing food security, eliminating poverty, and maintaining environment. Minor fruits are also called fruits for the future. Tamil Nadu Agricultural University website talks about more than 12 minor fruits in their category, and it gives a very important information about their varieties and how to plant with the spacing, and what type of manures and fertilizers, and the type of yield which gives. And minor fruits are a group of fruits presently growing in a scattered and unattended way on roadsides, homestead land, and wasteland. And minor fruits which neither are grown commercially on large scale or nor treated widely can be termed as underutilized crop. I wish to quote from the presentation of the Food and Agriculture 2016 report, which talks about that neglected and underutilized fruit species, an insurance against global malnutrition and undernutrition. This is where today's topic by Professor Dr. N. Kumar, former Vice-Chancellor, Tamil Nadu Agriculture University, is very important. Potential role of minor fruits in achieving nutritional and livelihood security. And this report talks about among the important tropical minor fruit crops: jackfruit, custard apple, jamun, bear, and drumstick are excellent sources of essential vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, and so on and so forth. And neglected and underutilized crop, it says that it is a hope for the future. It also gives us that world population is expected to reach 900 billion by 2050. And 2 billion people are deficient in one or more micronutrients. We have got 30,000 edible plant species are known to mankind, out of which 7,000 species were reported to be used for food in the history. 150 plants are cultivated commercially. 103 plants are alone contribute to more than 90% of the world's calories. Several hundreds of species remain underutilized or less utilized in the world. And why they are so important, it talks about it. They are found harboring nutritionally rich compounds. Due to increased food and nutritional insecurity, their climate resilient nature, resistance to biotic and abiotic stress condition, rich nutraceuticals and medicinal properties, and donors of important genes for crop improvement. And minor fruit trees should be also promoted under agri-forestry for addressing nutritional, medicinal, and fodder and timber needs. This is a paper from the published in the Indian Journal of Agroforestry in 2018 under the title Minor Fruit Trees in Agroforestry for Addressing Nutritional, Medicinal, Fodder, and Timber Needs. This paper highlights minor fruits are major sources of nutrition to rural poor, as they have poor access to major fruits. Neglected plants, food for the future. potential role of minor fruits in achieving nutritional and livelihood security. Let us now turn to the address by Dr. Professor N. Kumar, former Vice-Chancellor, Tamil Nadu Agriculture University, on the very important topic, potential role of minor fruits in achieving nutritional and livelihood security. This topic will galvanize and motivate the participants watching our telecast through facebook.com, Shobhit University India, youtube.com, Shobhit University in, or linkedin.com, company, Shobhit University, for establishing SMEs or startups on integrating value chain through digital platform, leading to platform economy in minor fruits at places of production at Gram Panchayat level to promote and sustain vocal for local to make it global. Let me introduce the guest speaker to the audience. Mr. Manish. Dr. N. Kumar, born on 29th June 1955, is the 13th Vice-Chancellor of Tamil Nadu Agriculture University, Coimbatore, who obtained his BSc Horticulture, MSc Agriculture, and PhD Horticulture with distinct academic and service records. To his credits, Dr. N. Kumar backed a total of 2 fellowships, 5 gold medals, and 9 medals during his university studies and services, and has a rich professional experience, 36 years, with 22 years as Professor Horticulture, along with the unique experience in all aspects of Tamil Nadu Agricultural University activities, namely research 36 years, teaching 33 years, extension 33 years, farm management 16 years, and administration 14 years. He has published 9 textbooks, 59 international research paper, original, 1 an edited international journal, 93 national research paper, original, 42 popular articles, 77 abstracts of seminar, symposium at international and national levels, 8 teaching / extension 8 manuals, and 14 technical bulletin booklets. 3 of his textbooks in horticulture are referred or recommended as standard textbooks across the country in many state agricultural universities. Guided so far 23 MSc horticulture students and 33 PhD students, and 2 of his PhD students obtained prestigious ICAR Jawaharlal Nehru Award. He obtained 19 externally funded projects, including 5 from international institutes agencies worth of rupees 400 lakhs, and served as principal advisor of the scheme. Dr. N. Kumar has been associated with the release of 10 improved cultivars in horticulture crops, developed many improved techniques like fertigation and high-density planting technique in fruit crops like banana and mango, which formed the basis for launching precision farming scheme by Tamil Nadu Agriculture Government. Attended a total of 18 international symposium and more than 50 national level seminars and meetings, and presented research papers. Organized 17 national, 3 international events in the capacity as organizing secretary. Visited 15 foreign countries: Israel, Thailand, Germany, Brazil, UK, Malaysia, China, South Africa, Bangladesh, Kenya, Tanzania, Sri Lanka, USA, Turkey, Ethiopia, to attend various international symposium and other events. Developed a MOU with the 2 foreign universities, Savannah University, Georgia, USA, and Leibniz University, Hanover, Germany. Served as a member in several professional bodies, societies, and as an expert in various committees of ICAR, and conferred with Fellow of Horticulture Society of India by Horticulture Society, New Delhi, and Fellow of Society for Promotion of Horticulture by Confederation of Horticulture Association, India. Unique achievements as Vice-Chancellor. He improved the ICAR ranking of the university from 32 to 8 under all India level. Received a grant of rupees 30 crores from ICAR under National Agriculture Higher Education Project for promoting agriculture education. Tamil Nadu Agriculture University campus adjudged as the second best clean and green campus by ICAR in 2021. Encouraged faculties to obtain 231.44 crores as grants to strengthen research and development. Renovated the famous Tamil Nadu Agriculture University Botanic Garden. Vacant posts of university offices were filled up with regular appointments after a period of 10 years. Brought unutilized and underutilized area in many colleges and research stations under cultivation. to augment seed production of improved varieties, signed more than 70 MOUs with various universities, upheld the transparency in selection and promotion with merit to all faculty members, selected as the best Vice-Chancellor by 2020 by All India Agriculture Students Association, served as a search committee as a member for selection of Vice-Chancellor, Dr. YSR Horticulture University, and a member Chancellor's nominee for Acharya N.G. Ranga Agriculture University, served as expert member in the high-level committee of Tamil Nadu government to formulate reforms to revive agriculture during COVID pandemic. Serving as a member of governing body of the ICAIR Society and many subcommittees. With this, I would like to welcome and invite our guest speaker, Professor Dr. N. Kumar, former Vice-Chancellor, Tamil Nadu Agricultural University, Coimbatore, to address the national webinar series on doubling farmers' income by 2022, Atmanirbhar Bharat in agriculture, on a very important topic, potential role of minor fruits in achieving nutritional and livelihood security. Over to you, sir. Hello?
Yeah. Good morning to all of you. Am I audible?
Yes.
Honorable Chancellor of Shobhit University, Mr. Vijendra Ji, Dr. Ashok Dalwai, Chairman, Empowered Committee on Doubling of Farmers' Income 22, Professor Moni, Professor Emeritus and the Chairman of Center for Agriculture Informatics and E-Governance Research Studies, also Chairman for Center for Agribusiness and Disaster Management Studies, faculty members, students and research scholars from various institutes and farmers friends. Good morning to all of you. At the outset, I thank Professor Moni for giving me an opportunity to present this topic. Before that, I personally thank Professor Moni for his excellent introduction about my achievements and my biodata to the audience. Also, for giving a very good introduction about the requirement of digital agriculture, and also how to improve the doubling of the farmers. Also, my compliment to the Shobhit University for conducting the series of webinars on various topics, and I'm happy to note that my topic today is the 77th topic, which is a very important one, namely potential role of minor fruits in achieving nutritional and lively security. All of you know that.
Sir, one thing, there is one button called hide. You please hide it that so that that line will not come. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. So, all of you know that India is the leader in fruit production. At the global level, India stands as the second next to Brazil in producing fruits for meeting the nutritional security of our people. Still, there are many fruits which are not exploited because of their minor nature, and also they need to be introduced into certain area, because India itself is a subcontinent wherein one area is growing, another area is not aware of these fruits, all those things. So I will be able to cover all those things in my topic given now. So as you know, these neglected or underutilized fruits, there are nearly about 30,000 edible plant species are known to mankind, out of which the 7,000 species are used in various food industries, throughout the world. And among these, only 150 plants are cultivated commercially, that means exploited commercially. There are several hundred species remain underutilized or less utilized because they are in the wild or not known to others. And these minor fruits, which also include some of the nuts, they come from two areas. One is tropical climate or tropical countries, which account for more number of species, nearly about 3,000 species. Temperate regions account for nearly 1,200 species. So totally 4,200 species are there as far as minor fruits and nuts are concerned. We are not able to list out all those fruits within the time allotted. But if you consider India, we have minor fruits belonging to families of 34 different families, and also if it's a genera concerned, about 56, species level of about 84. So these species are to be exploited to have their nutritional as well as other values. And if you consider the distribution of underutilized edible fruits and nuts in the regions of diversity, you can see that India is having maximum number of diversity. Nearly 344 species enumerated in our botanical wealth, whereas followed by South American country nearly 263, then North American about 255, and other countries like Indonesia, that is the South Asian country, Japanese, all have lot of fruits in there. These need to be exploited. And why they remain underutilized or less utilized? Because they are their potential use is underestimated. That's the first reason. Second one is non-availability of their complete botanical information. People think that they are all wild and can be grown only in forests. So non-availability of their complete botanical information. Third one is inadequate research on commercial exploitation. So nowadays, only recently, some of the state universities have started working on the minor fruits. Before that, about as student of horticulture in 1972 when I entered, I never knew some of the minor fruits because it was never thought that they are important. Now, then lack of knowledge on their food and nutritional value potential. For example, this avocado, which is called the butter fruit, is a very valuable fruit, but it is not known to many people. Then fast disappearance of ecosystem and habitat destructions. So this is the fate of our country as well as other countries wherein the due to the urbanization and other development, some of the ecosystems are developed. Along with that, we are losing many of the wild species which are otherwise potentially can be exploited. Then stigma attached as food of the poor. People, when they think of minor fruits, they think, oh, it is only for the poor. In fact, 40 years back, nobody prefers papaya. Papaya, there was a taboo that it cannot be eaten, especially by the ladies, other things. Now, doctors are recommending this papaya for all, including diabetic patients. So these are all the stigma attached to some of the minor fruits has to be removed. Then another one is why they are important is they are harboring nutritionally rich compounds. I will come when I deal with the individual fruits. Then due to the increased food and nutritional insecurity, one side our production is growing up, no doubt, but at the same time population is also growing up. So naturally we have to meet our nutritional security. And most of the fruits, the minor fruits are climate resilient nature. So that is the order of the day. People are looking for climate resilient agriculture. Then these fruits are also resistant to biotic and abiotic stress conditions. They are rich source of nutraceutical as well as medicinal properties, and some of the fruits are used for the crop improvement of the major species. So these are all the reasons why we should take care of the minor fruits. So as Professor Moni emphasized in his introductory talk, world population is expected to reach 900 billion by 2050. So 30% of our people are affected by malnutrition. Majority of our children are reported to be stunted with low BMI, and 2 billion people are deficient in one or more micronutrients. So the answer is, if we provide them more fruits which store a lot of nutrients and the vitamins, we will be able to meet their food security, nutritional security. Some of the area and production of minor fruits I'm giving, wherein you can see this Iola is occupying more area. Earlier it was less. After the introduction of these fruits to South India, now area has increased. The bale, were are very among the minor fruits. They have already assumed some major importance, whereas other fruits like carambola, chironji, dragon fruit, and durian, fig, jamun, these are all occupying very less area, but they are all potential fruits to be exploited, which I will be dealing in my next slides. As I told you earlier, all fruits are rich in nutrient, vitamins, and minerals. Likewise, these minor fruits are also rich source of vitamins and minerals. You can see this chironji is having a richer sources of calcium, phosphorus, etc. Then carota is also a rich source of vitamin A. Then the falsa, which is grown in North India, is a rich source of vitamin A.
Friends, I'll talk to you later.
Then similarly, this wood apple is also rich source of calcium and phosphorus. Passion fruit, similarly rich in phosphorus and vitamin A. So what I am trying to emphasize here is minor fruits are also richer sources of vitamins and minerals. So they need to be exploited like major fruits. And some of the important minor fruits which need the attention of our Indian horticulturists or Indian policymakers, which I will give like. First one is the Longan. This is originated in China. The Eda is the best commercial variety. Thailand is growing commercially these plantations. There is a lot of scope to introduce this variety in the foothills of Western Ghats, especially in Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, and Kerala area, and it can be promoted. And here, these fruits can be used for value additions products like canned one, jelly, and beverages, etc. Some few introductions made here and there shows they are very successful in establishing in this zone. This is the view of the plants, potential crop. It is resistant to pest and diseases, abiotic stress, and it can be exploited in our South Indian hills, also northeastern hill areas, etc. Then another fruit is jack, though it is now earlier considered as a minor fruit. It started assuming importance nowadays. Earlier, it was grown as a homestead crop in Kerala and Karnataka and parts of Tamil Nadu. But now, because of the potential in the market, and people started cultivating this crop as an intercrop in other crops, etc. And whereas major producers like Thailand, Malaysia, Bangladesh, Vietnam, Sri Lanka, they are exploiting this crop like anything. In fact, there is one organization in Bangalore, it is a FPO. They claim that we can make nearly 200 products of this from the jackfruit. Though the jackfruit is seasonal one, no, right? It's available from the April, May, June. It can be made and processed and made available to through all the 12 months through proper processing. And many startups are coming in Kerala and Karnataka area because of this crop. Commercially, it is grown in the South Asian country like this, like what we have the plantations like mango and sapota. Likewise, it is grown. Otherwise, in South India, you can see this crop as one homestead and backyard crop, 1 or 2 crop in each houses, etc. Some of the products which are potentially can be exploited is the vacuum fried chips, frozen jackfruit. It has got lot of market. And also in our Kanyakumari district, Professor Moni also belongs to my place. He knows what preparation they make out of this jack can be preserved for 2 to 3 years. And whenever they want to make sweetened payasam, this is the source. So likewise, 200 products can be exploited from this one. And Tamil Nadu now slowly in Kadalur district is the only place where it is grown as a plantation crop, like mango, other things it is there. But now many farmers are growing as intercrop, border crop, etc. This jackfruit. And this I must inform this particular variety Vietnam Super Early introduced by one private nursery in Kerala. They claim that it will start bearing within 1.5 years. We also tested in our university by planting some graft from them and tested in our research stations, and we found that 18th month it started bearing, whereas all the other varieties will take 5 to 6 years. That means the farmers need not wait for many years. That is the another advantage of this growing new varieties like Vietnam Super Early. This is now available in some private nurseries in the Kerala, and the fruits are also very good. It bears on the main trunk. And this is also another variety, Jackfruit J33, introduced from Vietnam. It is also having very good potential. And Tamil Nadu Agriculture University has so far released 3 improved cultivars in Jack. That is PLR1. PLR means our research station in Kadalur district, Palur 1, 2, and 3. This one is very unique. It gives fruits 2 seasons apart from summer. Even during November, December, that is winter months also, you will get fruits. That is nowhere the fruits is available, whereas this particular variety can give. Likewise, the another variety, Palur 2. Now, last year, we have released PLR3. The specialty of this variety is it doesn't have gum. So that's why we are promoting as gumless variety. Say, while cutting the fruit, people experience lot of difficulties because of the gum present in the pulp and other things. So this fruit is having no gum. So this we are promoting in a big way. Another development in Jack is people are looking for colored variety. Say coppery red colored variety, pulp varieties are now high demand in market. This Indian Institute of Horticulture Research, Bangalore, they have selected one variety from the farmer maintained one and released as Zittu. And it is coppery red in color. This fruit is also very tastier. And farmers register with the with that institute and get their planting material. Each farmer is given maximum 5 to 10 only because that much demand is there. Another variety is the Shankara, like the other one is also coppery red. So this is also much demand. So now people are looking for not the yellow type, red type is great demand. So the another third important fruit of minor nature is Avogadro. This Avogadro is a fruit from Mexico, and we have 3 types, namely Mexican, Guatemalan, and West Indian races are there. They are the rich in phytocompounds, ideal caloric and nutritious food source for vegetarian diet. Lots of derived products from Avogadro has been used in food and health industries. In fact, in the last 5 years, there is a great demand for this fruit. Each fruit is 1 kg cost about nearly 200 to 250 rupees in the farm scale. Farm gate itself, people are ready to buy from our South Indian hills. And here, this fruit is packed with monosaturated fat and fatty acids. So it is known to lower our LDL level. So cholesterol people need not worry about that. Again, healthy fats promote the absorption of other carotenoids. So beta carotene and lycopene, their uptake and absorption will be enhanced by this fruit. Now, this fruit is grown in Kerala, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, and Sikkim area here and there. Now, as I told you, because of its great demand from the cosmetic industries, now plantations are coming up in a bigger way for this fruit. And it has a huge potential for domestic supply, high energy food. In fact, our university, our research station situated in the Western Ghats near Kodaikanal, has released one variety known as TKD1, that is our Tadiyagudisai Research Station 1, which is very popular, and we are supplying the grafted material for the farmers, which is suitable for high density planting because tree is semi-spreading and it yields regularly. Each fruit is having 264 kg weight, and I am happy to inform that the lower Palni hills of our Western Ghats in Tamil Nadu has nearly about 1.5 lakhs plants of this particular variety, and farmers are growing along with the coffee plantations, and they are reaping very good benefit, and they meet they provide a lot of income to the growers of this region. And since it was introduced during the British period, we have a lot of variability, right from small one to bigger one. Our university is also trying to select very improved one so that the years to come, more high yielding and nutritionally rich fruits will be available to the public and to the other stakeholders. Now, regarding the multiplication of these fruits, this is a polyembryonic fruit. That is, apart from the zygote through seeds, other seedlings also germinate from the mother part. So that means they are just like the mother character, can be promoted for commercial exploitation. So this is how it is multiplied and separated these polyembryonic seedlings to the farmers. But recently what happens is, through the effort of some foreign, private companies, they introduced phytophthora resistant rootstocks from Florida, USA, and they do grafting with the variety from Haas and Ferti, which are very popular in other countries, and some of the startup and agri entrepreneurs, they have started planting this particular variety along with the phytophthora resistant rootstocks in South Indian hills, particularly in Kodaikanal and our Ooty area. And here they are also going for drip irrigation, because under assured irrigation they are doing it. And for the information of the public, each graft cost about 2,000 rupees, whereas ordinary seedlings cost about only 50 rupees. You see the difference. So even without the knowledge of the university or the department, many private people are growing for this crop, thinking that high future is there for the crop, namely Avogadro. The next one is the Mangosteen. This is called Queen of Fruits. People who have visited this Malaysia, Thailand, other things would have tasted. In South India, it was introduced 150 years back by the British people, and in the foothills of our Nilgiris, that is Ooty, we have a research station known as the Kallar and Barliar, wherein 150 years old plantations are available. And other old plantations are available in Kuttalam Hills, also in Kerala and other area. Very highly priced fruit, only, and it can be grown only in the tropical humid climate. Now, one drawback with this crop is it has a long juvenile period. That is, it takes nearly 8 to 12 years for giving a first crop. So farmers should be very patient. Now we are making so many attempts to reduce this juvenile period. Whether we can bring down the period of juvenility from 8 to 12 years to 4 years, 5 years, etc. There is some amount of success is we have obtained, and it is in the testing side. And this plant is also amenable for pruning, training, etc. Otherwise, what happens is it will grow very tall, like a forest crop, and the harvesting, everything will be difficult, and a very potential fruit. This fruit is rich in glucose. So people who are diabetic should not take. Otherwise, it is a very nutritious fruit. So fruits are generally rich in disaccharides, but this is rich in monosaccharide, namely our glucose-rich fruit. That's why it's called queen of fruits. Another minor fruit which is coming up in a bigger way in Tamil Nadu and Kerala and Karnataka area is the passion fruit. Say, especially it is a fruit which is useful for making squash out of it. And the northeastern hills, Tamil Nadu and Kerala, are very potential. And it is a creeper. And like a climber, it grows up. And in the trellis system, people grow. And after harvesting, we have to prune back the old one. It start producing new flushes, and thereby you get fruits regularly. And our Indian Institute of Horticulture Research has released one improved variety, namely Kaveri. This is the only one improved variety available in whole of India. It produces about 180 to 280 fruits per vine per year. And this is also a much very important fruit. Another information for the viewers is the leaf of this fruit is also exported as a medicinal plant to some foreign countries. Nobody knows to what kind of preparations they are making, but the leaves are being exported from Kerala and Karnataka after harvest. The next minor fruit which requires our attention is the durian. It is a crop of South Asian country, Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia, Philippines, Vietnam, very popular. But India, we have introduced 150 years back, but few plantations are only available. But there is lot of scope for its value addition as a fresh fruit, frozen fruit, ice cream, pastry, chips, jams, and creams can be made out of this durian. This is the durian fruit. But problem, and there is a belief that it it helps in fertility restoration, especially for the men. So during the season time in our research stations at Kallar, each fruit is sold nearly 1,000 to 2,000 rupees. And there are many people who are ready to buy this fruit, believing that it gives fertility restoration. So, but it smells like a hell, but tasting like heaven. That is the secret of this fruit. And now, some of the private nurseries in Kerala multiplying this fruit through the budded plants. Earlier, it was multiplied only through the seedling, which took a long time, but through budded plants, they are multiplying. And with artificial irrigation and humidification, they are able to grow successfully as an intercrop in coffee and other plantations. Then next important minor fruit is the rambutan. This rambutan is grown widely in other countries like Thailand, Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, Vietnam, etc. Whereas in South India, it is grown as a homestead crop in Kerala and parts of Coorg and some area in Kanyakumari district. But it is a very potential fruit which can be exploited for value addition, fresh fruit, canned freeze dried one, and also uh, it can be grown along with the uh, coffee crop or coconut, etc., as an intercrop or border crop. One variety, N18, introduced from this Thailand, is a very potential variety, wherein the seed is very small, whereas flesh is more. So the pulp to seed ratio is more. So people like this variety, and this will comes to bearing in the month of July. Though July is the rainy season in Kerala, it doesn't affect the quality. Generally, during the rainy season, fruits will be insipid in taste, whereas this fruit doesn't have any other negative impact because of the rain. That's advantage. This is the view of these plantations, and see, you can see the yield potential 250 to 300 kg of fruits from a tree, and in the market it is sold at the rate of not less than 200 rupees per kilo. So you can work out how much economy they are getting out from each tree. And also the shelf life is 4 to 5 days. Fruits stay on the tree after ripening fully. So as and when you require, you can harvest it. The aerial, that the white part contains antioxidants like carotenoids, flavonoids, etc. So nutritional point of view also it is very, very good. And there is a belief that it is having anti-aging property and also a good for our skins. These are all the nutraceutical property this particular fruit is having. And our Indian Institute of Horticulture Research substation at Kurk have released two varieties, improved varieties. One is Kurk Arun, which is red in color, whereas another one is Kurk Pidab, which is green in color. This is also now popular among the coffee plantations of Kurk area and other hills of South India. Another plant is called Pulasana. This is also exactly resembling like a Rambutan, but there is some difference in the.
Sir, can you just skip to the previous slide? You quickly passed on.
You want to see it? Previous one?
Previous one. You.
Yeah.
Okay.
This, uh,
Okay. Thank you. No.
okay. So this is Kurk Pitab. It's also a kind of, I mean, this is Rambutan variety only. Color is green in color, but pulp is normal. So this is another kind of fruit, very closely related botanically to our rambutan, which is called pulasan. The fruits will be having lesser fur, and this is also like rambutan. It needs to be exploited. Then lychee, of course, in North India we have a separate resuscitation site under the ICR in Bihar. This fruit is exploited in Bihar, West Bengal, etc. But in South India, we are trying to grow as a minor fruit. One good advantage of this fruit is this is available during November, December in South India, which is the off-season one. Whereas other area, it comes to bearing the month of June, July. Very the the problem with this crop is the fruit is available only for a very short period and it has to be harvested very quickly, and but still very valuable fruit of lychee. And to avoid the damage from the birds and the bats, it needs to be covered. But in South India, there are some growers, they are getting 2 to 3 lakhs even from 2 or 3 plants at a time because of this off-season nature. Another fruit which is everybody is now attracted is the dragon fruit. Here, the seeds, 50% of the seeds are made up of an essential fatty acids, so namely oleic acid from the nutritional point of view. Also, it helps to lower the bad cholesterol and raise good cholesterol. So, This is becoming, so earlier and all it was, people have lot of negative thought about this fruit. Why should we take a fruit from a cactus? So now the situation is changing. Government is also promoting. Tamil Nadu Agriculture University also have done lot of demonstrations, and now many farmers are coming forward to grow this fruit. And each pillar wherein the fruit cactus is supported is able to give 30 to 40 fruits, and the fruit is also marketed. I mean, there's a demand from Goa and Bangalore and Bombay, and biggest opportunity it has got. And there are two types of fruit is there. One is the white skin type and the red skin type. Certain people prefer red type, certain people prefer white type. The red is also very rich in the carotenoids. This is how it is grown in the pillars. Indian Institute of Horticultural Research and TNAU are promoting this fruit nowadays in a bigger way. Another thing is the ananas species. Professor Moni was mentioning that you had a separate webinar on custard apple. So I am not going to touch very much on custard apple. But you can see on the right hand side one Arka Sahan, which is a intergeneric hybrid produced from IAHR. Very tastier and very bigger sized fruits like ananas, that is our custard apple. Unfortunately, the area is not picking up in India, whereas somehow this fruit was smuggled and grown up commercially in China. When our Honorable Prime Minister visited China, it was presented to him during one of the dinner, and they say it is from India. And another thing is the Anana muricata. This is called actually the Mul Sita in Tamil, meaning that it has got the thorn. Actually, this fruit is picking up. It has got a wide demand among the public nowadays, because there is a belief that people who are suffering from cancer have to, if they take regularly, they need not go for chemotherapy, or maybe the therapy level can be reduced, etc. In fact, our university has done extensive research on this crop, Anona muricata, which is popularly called the savarsa. It's a introduced crop from Mexico. And we found that more than the fruit, the leaf contained the anti-carcinogenic agents. So, and we also tested with in collaboration with the Cancer Institute, and found that its activity is reducing the cancer cells, the multiplications, etc. So this fruit has got lot of property. In fact, only in Trivandrum and the Kanyakumari side this is grown. Now there is a demand for planting material. Some of the nurseries or young entrepreneurs can take up this and popularize this fruit in large scale. And jamun, it is our native fruit, and it was not exploited very well. So only these people used to collect from the wild, etc. So fruits are the good source of iron, sugar, minerals, and carbohydrates. And recently, people say that the seed contains the anti-diabetic compounds. So that's why more than the fruit, the seed is collected, pound, and made into powder. And the diabetic patients, they take along with their food. They say their glucose level is coming down, etc. And this fruit, this particular species has got lot of related species also. For example, the red one is our Malayan apple, and the other one is the another kind of Syzygium. These also here and there people grow, but it has got wide use, and lot of potential is there for exploitation. And in our university, jamun, we have collected jam blossoms from different sources. We are happy to inform that we have got even seedless types. So normally jamun fruit has got seed. So there are few plants we have identified wherein it produces seedless fruits, but size is little smaller than the normal one, but that can be manipulated through our agro techniques to improve the size. So, and also we are looking for dwarf type, etc. So this kind of research is going on, and some of the this Maharashtra University, Akola, and other people, they have released some improved varieties. ICR Jodhpur also now coming out with the improved varieties of this one jamun. But the only problem is this fruit is available only for very limited period, say the month of May, June, and also high perishability. So the value addition has to be worked out. People are on this line. In fact, they have developed squash and other things. There are a lot of potential, and it can be compared with our black currants of temperate fruits, even better than that in terms of nutritional value. So this crop has to be exploited. And another thing is, it is a crop with climate resilient nature. Even the high rainfall area, it will come. Even submerged area, it will come. Even the dry area, it will come. So a crop of resilient nature which needs to be exploited. Another thing is the sweet tamarind. Say people who have traveled in flight would have enjoyed this fruit, especially when you travel from Malaysia. So this sweet tamarind is just like our ordinary tamarind, but this particular ecotype is having sweet, and it is in fact very nutritionally valuable, contains lot of macronutrients, and it is known to help to alleviate the inflammations, sore throat, and conjunctivitis, etc. But we have tried this sweet tamarind in South India, but problem is it invades lot of pest and diseases, whereas in the northern India, the dry climate, it is coming up very nicely. So these fruits also needs to be exploited further. Then another important fruit of our local is the Manila Tamarind. Scientifically, it is Pithecolobium dulce. Our university has released two varieties. One is the green type, another one is the red type. The red type is the latest variety from our horticulture research college, Periyakulam, which is situated at the foothills of Kodaikanal. It's a regular bearing variety. The aerial is red in color, and each the market farmers get not less than 300 to 350 rupees per kilo during the season time. So that much is, and it doesn't require any input or other things. So this crop is promoted as the border crop in the field. So they get during the summer months lot of income because of this very valuable fruit. And nutraceutically also it is very important because rich in anthocyanin, ascorbic acid, anthocyanin, and also the TSS, etc. Karanda, again, it's a very important crop, can be grown in dry land as well as the wetland, as well as in the marshy lands. So this also to be exploited. There are a lot of varieties, local varieties are available, and different colors are available. So, and you can also make so many products out of it. This is not fully exploited so far. The another thing is the lasoda, which is from the arid zones of particularly in the north Rajasthan and other places. It's very common, and the ICR Institute has got they have collected many gem blossoms, and but unfortunately no improved varieties available. But diversity exists, and the people are working on this line. Then this is Gajri, Prosopis generaria. So this I have seen personally in Rajasthan, and our ICR Central Institute for Arid Zone Fruit crop Bikaner, Rajasthan has identified one improved variety which is rich in protein and other things. So this is used as vegetables. The seed is used as pulses, and even with the very minimum rain, this crop will come to yield regularly. So these butter plants are multiplied and supplied to farmers of Rajasthan, Gujarat. In fact, our university also tried in semi-arid zones of Ramanad, other districts in Tamil Nadu, and it's also coming up. We have a separate program to multiply and give to the farmers so that it will be a complementary fruit for the growers of the arid zones of Tamil Nadu. Then another fruit is called abiyu, a fruit of from the South Asian country. It can be grown in Kerala and Konkan coast, and it is very tastier and doesn't require any inputs. It grows as such. Similarly, another fruit is called acharya. This is also juice pulp is a very perfect balance of sweet and sour taste. This also we can exploit. Then another fruit is called long cock. So this is originated from the forest of Malaysia and Thailand. We are exploiting. I mean, Thailand they are growing commercially. This is just like Rambutan. It can be exploited in India also, particularly in the Kerala, Karnataka foothills of the Western Ghats. See the fruit-bearing nature, very prolific bearer, needs to be exploited in South India. Then another fruit, which of very minor, introduced from South Asian countries, Chambadak. See, this is very closely related to our jack. In the jackfruit, if you cut it, only 1/3 will be the edible part and 2/3 will be the waste. Whereas in this champadak, which is a close relative of jack, the reverse, 2/3 will be the edible part and 1/3 will be the non-edible part. So this also we can exploit in the area wherever we can grow jack. And already these plants are available in Kerala. Some of the nurseries they are like so, just like our jackfruit only, but the bearing habit, sorry, the fruit pulp character is totally different. Another fruit of very close related to our jackfruit is Marang. This also we can exploit, and you see after the opening of the this one, these fruits are the flesh is white in color. This needs to be exploited, particularly in the Kerala, Karnataka, and northeastern area. This is called mummy support. So sapota or sapotilla, we are very well aware, which is small in size, but whereas this is very big, like a coconut, and this can also we can grow in Kerala and Konkan region, and some of the nurseries have already introduced this fruit for commercial exploitation. Then sweet carambola, this is also known as star fruit, very tastier fruit. It can come up only in tropical or subtropical fruits, area, and the Karnataka, Kerala, northeastern area, this can be promoted. And earlier it was promoted, multiplied through cuttings or these seedlings. Now technologies are available wherein we can multiply through grafting or the budding using the pilimbi as the rootstock, another minor species. Then this is called snake fruit. This is from a palm plant, just like our coconut and date palm. This is from a snake fruit from a palm. This palm is highly thorny. So why it is called snake fruit means even the snakes will not enter through the plantations because of the thorny nature. And we suggest some area to plant this very closely so that the elephant entrance and elephant menace to the plantations can be avoided. So this fruit is called memory fruit. So because people say when you eat it, you remember many things. So the memory power of the human being is improved. Besides, it has got another medicinal and healthy benefits. The breadfruit I need not emphasize much because I think last webinar series by Sergeant Kurian, he has given elaborated lot of things about the breadfruit. But this is also very related to our jackfruit. Lot of potential is there, and also you can make out so many products out of this fruit. So, having discussed about some of the minor fruits, do we say that whatever I have given is complete list of the minor fruits? No. Only I can say about 1/10 of the fruits only I can say. There are many other fruits which need to be made aware to the horticulturists as well as the students, so that in the days to come they will work on these fruits and they will popularize these fruits, etc. So, what are the way forward? So, research and development for this group of minor fruits. Say, resurveying and documenting the genetic diversity of these underutilized and minor fruits. So, generally, we don't get much support from this ICR or any agents when we say these minor fruits, but it has to be given because we have come to a stagnation in certain major fruits in terms of improvement, etc. So, future has to be given much weightage for the minor fruits. Then second one is the characterization of these species and available varieties along with their wild relatives, and we should start ex situ conservations because having conservation in situ will not help us. That is also required, but ex situ conservation in the notified research stations or colleges or university farms should be there, so that especially this national biodiversity now is encouraging this kind of work. So it needs to be further supported. Then documentation of available worldwide information on ethnobotanical aspects and traditional knowledge, including local food recipes. So as I told you earlier, various countries have a number of minor fruits. We know only very little. So there must be a clear exchange of fruits through our NBBGR and other agencies, so that both the countries introduced or the introducing country will get benefit. Then in-depth studies on chemical analysis. So as I told you earlier, the Sabarsop people never thought its importance earlier. After many institutes start working on its the chemical use, analysis value, especially against the cancer. Now there is a huge demand for this. Similarly for this Avogadro, similarly for papaya, like this. So this kind of work should be encouraged with the minor fruits. Then developing multiplication protocol, because when a new fruit is introduced, people may not be knowing how to multiply and make it on a commercial scale. So universities and research stations should work on the different protocol, multiplication protocol, whether it is to be through budding or grafting, etc. Why I'm telling, etc. Say about 20 years back, nobody multiplies jackfruit through budding. Now, budding is very common, and thereby we are able to multiply large number of grafts and supply to the public. Then promoting custodian farmers approach. Say some farmers will be having a unique variety or unique type. So giving due weightage to the farmers custodian and their rights, we should multiply this kind of approach. Then developing value chain and market. As I told you in the case of jackfruit, say only not for only as a table food. There are a lot of 200 different dishes they are making, different products they are making. So this kind of approach will definitely give lot of opportunities for the exploitation of the minor fruits. And developing apt canopy management technology. This is more important because say we introduced Mangosteen, Rambutan, Durian, etc. 100 years back in Kallar, our research stations in Ooty near Nilgiris. And even if you go there, that 100 years old trees will be there. So they serve like a forest trees, not as a horticulture crop, because we want fruits to be plucked at the appropriate height. So this approach we have adopted in the case of mango. Mango, all of you know that it's a big tree. TNAU done extensive research, and we have developed a technology what is known as ultra high density planting, wherein mango trees are maintained at a height of 6 to 7 feet from the ground level. At the same time, they are made to flower regularly, fruiting, so that harvesting, all of the operations are easier. You see, I'm standing here and I'm able to pluck fruits. So this kind of approach is called ultra high density planting. TNAU and Jain irrigation systems jointly promoted this type of research, and we have come out with a very clear protocol of how to grow ultra high density planting through proper canopy management technique. This kind of approach is required for crops like Rambutan, Mangosteen, etc. So future research supporting agencies should help with this kind of work. So you see a lady is giving all operations to a mango tree. So just imagine like this only we have to grow all the other crops. At the same time, they are planted very close so that yield per hectare will not be compromised. In fact, through this technology, we are able to get 10 times higher than what normally get in the normal planting system. So this is how we have to work for the new crops or minor crops. Another thing is the establishment of a single global body for all organizations engaged in this important use of this crop. So crop of the future. There is no agencies which are available to promote this crop. So that's what my request. Another one is developing an acceptable model of benefit sharing. So that's what Professor Moni was highlighting. The value chain, etc., and at all level, right from consumer to the producers, it should go. And providing propaganda and publicity, highlighting the strength and future of resilience crops. Then most important is the convincing our policy making bodies to include some of these nutri-rich fruit under the common social food security schemes. Say, for example, the midday meal scheme, hospital menus, etc. So nowadays, the hospital people, the doctors recommend certain kind of fruits. Why not? They say you take currant and other things. Why not jamu? Why not papaya? Why not avocado? Like this, they have to recommend. Then attracting the attention of donors for liberal funding. Generally, research funding in agriculture is very less when compared to its GDP. So I'm reiterating that attention of donors is required, and also initiating long-term network program for our overall development of these crops. Otherwise, what happens is here and there research will go, but the fruit of the research will not reach the farmers. So what are the strategies for improvement of minor fruits? Probably this is the last but one slide. The neglected or minor fruits have the potential to play a number of roles in the improvement of food security in India. Because having known their food's potential and nutraceutical property, I am telling this. So we should have a focused effort to help the poor for subsistence and income. Then a way to reduce the risk of over dependency on very limited number of major staple food crops. So this is the plight of certain states. For example, in the case of Punjab, it is pure. They depend only on crop like wheat and paddy. What are the crops have not penetrated in this? So if more crops of like this is available, there will be a stable income, stable income for the farmers. So dependence on particular crop will be reduced. Another one is way to increase the sustainability of agriculture through reduction in inputs. Then it will help to increase the food quality and preserve and celebrate cultural and dietary diversity. Then way to use marginal and wasteland. This is most important. Most of the minor fruits particularly which are popular in the arid zone area. They do not require very fertile land. So marginal wasteland can be promoted. For example, this anona, that tamarind, sweet tamarind I told you, that Manila tamarind and or gageri, they can be grown in the marginal and wasteland so that overall we can increase our food demand. So thank you for the opportunity given. Thank you, Professor Moni.
Thank you very much. And I'm after many topics in this area, which we had it in the both the webinar series. Today you covered almost all the it's a complete area, that minor fruits, which you are able to cover, and you are able to tell the kind of participants that we need a global body that is more
Yeah.
important. And I haven't, even though I'm not an agriculture scientist, but I'm a mathematics student in computer science. But since I was born and brought up in rural area, I thought that many people used to say that, Professor Mori, you have a passion for agriculture. But I believe that since I'm born and brought up in rural area, agriculture is my DNA.
Yeah.
So, and that's how I thought that as an IITian, I should bring the technology back to rural area to see that there is more money in the pockets of the farmer, and more students should get into agriculture. And COVID situation has proved it.
Yes.
And as a person who promoted agriculture informatics from 1987 onwards, I thought that this technology should get into, to be integrated to the agriculture technology. If India is an agrarian economy, every institution of higher education should do research in agriculture economy. And they can't say that they cannot just leave it to only agricultural university and ICAR institution. For IITs or NITs or central universities or many other state universities, agriculture is not a use case. Whereas IT, MNCs, agriculture has become a use case because agriculture is an unstructured problem. You do not know what will happen tomorrow. And I'm very happy, even though my journey as a single man, where as a hardcore technocrat in the government, started doing it way back in 87, 3 programs: district level informatics program on agriculture, animal husbandry and fisheries, and 95 as a national IT blueprint in agriculture sector with the 15 informatics network, and started doing it, and now converting as an agriculture informatics as a discipline. Now ICAR, the Deputy Director General Education, is now looking into it, how to introduce agricultural informatics as a discipline. Today, your talk has heightened and also strengthened our views. And you stated very clearly that there has to be a single global body to look into various aspects of minor fruits, and to utilize our wasteland and wetland, and various areas which are not being used for it is not suitable for other cultivation.
Yes.
And
Yes.
also you gave it a very important, that you quoted an example of Punjab. So they have to deviate from, they have to come out from the culture of paddy and wheat, and the nutrient is more important. We have to get into the crop for the future. That was CFF, crop for the future. It is a food for the future, and it is no more the food of the poor man. Poor man has been doing is more scientific. They were eating from the beginning, yeah, food which are of completely nutrient, but now it has become for everybody that they should have it. But your way forward for rural research and development, and also policy initiative, it's very important. That's why as a man who was involved in agriculture informatics, with your strong support, and also the people who participate in the program in various informatics network value chain, be it the Jackfruit informatics network, or the the breadfruit informatics network, but minor fruits informatic network is very important to take advantage of these benefits which come from this. I would like to request you to participate and get also associated with our national initiative to have, a digitalized platform on minor fruits, so that not only all the states and the union territories of India and islands of India who can also get benefited, because today these are getting benefited who know these minor fruits, and it is not available. And today the information technology, internet capabilities should make available to the rural youths and boys and girls, and who would like to get into agriculture as a preferred option of employment generation, and also that the income generation should get all benefits, and they should become a stakeholders of state agriculture university and agriculture colleges and ICR institutions. It's very important. That's the reason only I thought that I have been promoting that India should have minimum 2.25 lakh agri-tech deep startups to help the 14.5 crore operational holders, be it in hilly area, be it in rural area, be it in all climatic area, or even 133 agroclimatic zones where our agriculture and farming activities are being undertaken. And I'm very happy that you have given in your presentation, in your talk, that a complete motivation, that you have given it, that what else is not there. I remember that, one movie which is still I remember, என்ன வளம் இல்லை இந்த திருநாட்டில், ஏந்தையை ஏந்த வெளிநாட்டில், இருக்க வேண்டும், பஞ்சம் இல்லை இன்னும் அன்னக்கொடி. And that is an important song which always, from the day I took agriculture as a passion, this one song is a so philosophical song. It always it is coming into my mind day in and day out. That we have got agricultural resources. That's why if you see the 7 mission mode programs of doubling farmers' income, it has been carefully planned. It reflects my work expertise from 1987 onwards on applying IT in agriculture. I thought that doubling farmers' income committee report is a very important committee where this recommendation has to be put it. And if this is done, Indian agriculture system will be digitalized. They will be the first nation to have Indian agriculture to be digitalized. What is needed is a comprehensive farmer level database, which will become an asset for everybody to undertake simulation and emulation. People will come and it will become farm as an asset, farmer as an asset, 450 commodities as an asset, and the fisheries and livestock value chain. And it's very important. I'm very happy that's why I thought that the COVID situation, that when the whole world is locked down and agriculture is working, and Mr. Modi is working, why not Moni also work? That's why that the difference is only one letter, MODI and MONI. And people always say that the energy level is same between Moni and Modi. So I thought that I have a laptop, I have an university platform, and I have a centers of excellence. Being a hardcore technocrat and farmer directed to NIC, let me network with the people. Let me bring the experts from India and abroad, and let me put it. I started with my fingers crossed. First one, I thought that all our agricultural cooperative societies, 1 lakh primary agricultural cooperative societies and 22,000 primary fisher cooperative societies has to be digitalized. And e-governance has to be brought in. Every agricultural cooperative society as a startup for the 1,000 members, they are available with the cooperative societies, and each cooperative society can have supported by a startup, so that it becomes like a value chain. And rather than giving only the money distribution and then go for waiver of loan, and our agriculture cannot get benefit out of it. Every farmer has to be a part of the value chain, part of the global value chain, irrespective of whether they are a smallholder farmer or are a higher level farmer. Doesn't matter. So I'm very happy today, Professor Kumar, and your talk is so meaningful. You come out step by step. You talked about, you have covered only 1/10 of the minor, fruits. There are umpteen. You also quoted very effectively, that many species have to be, domesticated, and our country has got 365 days of sunshine, more than 133 agroclimatic zone, and we can produce food for the whole world, and every day, provided everybody understands this, that India can be a fowl to the whole world, and then that minor fruits can become a crop for the future. It can be nutrient, and this has to be promoted. Internet technology can facilitate, and I am very happy that people like you who have done wonders. That's why Dr. Ashok Dalwai, the chairman of the doubling farmers income by 2022, he said that Dr. Kumar is an expert on horticulture crops, and in this our webinar series will get strengthened. He also said it, Professor Moni, you are the only technocrat who is part of the doubling farmers income. Now initiated a national webinar series on doubling farmers income by 2022. It is not that by 2022 what you are going to achieve. It is a mission. Now, we got independence in 1947 till we refer the name in the year 1947. And it has become like that what did we achieve from 1947, 15th August? The same manner that doubling farmers income by 2022, that it is a milestone. Then what we were not able to do it, what we should do it. That's why I thought that how agriculture technology, agriculture science, and information technology, internet technology should get synergized at the farm level to bring it out as a smart irrigated farming, smart rainfed farming, smart tribal farming. Many people asked me that why do you give the smart tribal farming when the government of India has got TSP, tribal sub plan? I think that this is a era of value chain. And even every farmer who is even producing some good crop which has got a global value, he should be the part of global value chain. It is a must, and we have to promote good agricultural practices. We should produce what the customer wants, and that's why we can put the more money in the pockets of the farmer. And our interest from the Shobhit Institute of Engineering Technology, deemed to be university, and the Shobhit University Gango, we are interested in building up 450 digitalized agriculture commodity value chain, one per each district, to show that with all the relevant technologies and so on and so forth. That's why we launched MTech in Agricultural Informatics, PG Diploma in Agriculture Informatics, Diploma in Agricultural Informatics, MBA in Agribusiness Management, which is a unique, in the country, to provide various subsectors of agricultural commerce, and to promote informatics and e-governance in the e-governance sector, MTech in informatics, e-governance, and also Industry 4.0 technology for the CEOs of SMEs. Many of the agricultural industry has to come as the technology enabled SMEs. India has got about 63 million SMEs. Hello? 63 million SMEs. They have to be globalized. So this, and then health informatics. And it is a $1 trillion, economy. It is a human health, farmer health, plant health, animal health, soil health, water health, and fish health. It is a data with a GS, technology on a village. We can bring it out, that how in health informatics can play a leading role. Computer science students, data scientists, blockchain technologists, artificial intelligence can play a leading role through agricultural informatics in agricultural development, synergization of agriculture and agriculture transformation. And I'm very happy, Dr. Kumar, that today's program is a very important program, and we will generate a policy paper to the government to have a single body to look into the development and promotion and a value chain of crop for the future, that is minor fruits, and how to exploit the 100% of the minor fruits which are available, and also bring in other varieties, species which can be amenable for development and cultivation in this country. We need your support, and we would like to hear from you. And our honorable chancellor, he's held up in a meeting in the education ministry, and
Okay.
he said that he will have a separate meeting with you, and through the virtual meeting. And whenever you come to Delhi, please let us know, that we'll
Yeah,
have a
definitely.
separate meeting
Next
and so
time,
on.
next time when I go to Delhi, definitely I will mark one day exclusively for you.
Very nice. Thank you very much. But I'm very happy that all engineering students, all postgraduate students, and the agriculture science students should be trained on agricultural informatics. That is my mission. That is my vision. That's how I thought that I am tech in agricultural informatics is very important. And I will also send you the details. I would like to hear from you, that your final words after I talked about it and what you put it. What should be that our next step? I wanted to have a strong digital platform on fruits. It's very important for everybody to join. Over to you for final words, and then I will close the webinar. Dr. Kumar.
Yeah. Thank you, Professor Moni. And definitely these minor fruits need some platform to become popularized among the. So you, since you have this experience of the agriculture informatics background, we can link these minor fruits with your platform, and the information can be made available to the all the stakeholders, and technically also we can support, and you can also support from your side, so that the whole the entire country will have different kinds of fruits at different time, so that our fruit bowl will become full and meet the requirement of our growing Indian population. That's all.
It's very nice. That I will also request you to give some experts whom you know in your value chain, so that we'll have a working group on minor fruits, informatics network value chain.
Okay.
And ARDO, African Asian Rural Development Organization, also is very closely working with the Soviet Institute of Engineering and Technology. Another international webinar series is on, in association with ARDO, that is international webinar series on open source digital technology towards self-reliant India. But their headquarters is in India. They would like to take all the technology which is available in India to the 33 member countries, 16 African countries, 15 Asian countries, and 2 are these neutral members. And that 33 member countries are also watching these programs, that they would like to get the benefit out of it. And many of the fruits which you talked about it, they're also belonging to many of the member countries of ARDO. So
Yeah,
I'll be
certainly.
very happy with your vast network. Let us have a working group of about 20 to 25 people to promote the minor fruits informatics network value chain, and also certification programs, and also diploma, and so on and so forth, and also to promote that various startups in this area to bring in value chain. With this, I would like to thank you. And whenever I come to hometown, I will meet you.
Yeah,
And please do visit when you come to Delhi. And then let
yeah,
us try to have this value chain cherished and developed, and let India take the leading role in the whole world with respect to agricultural informatics. That we call it as agriculture 4.0. German give to the world industry 4.0. Japan has given to the world society 5.0. And we would like to give, as a man who brought e-governance, who was involved in the e-governance from the grassroots level. We would like to see to that India gives to the whole world agriculture 4.0, agriculture 5.0. This is very important. Thank you very much. And with
thank you,
this,
thank
I
you,
would like
thank
to
you.
thank you and the participants from India and abroad, and also the Honorable Chancellor, Honorable Vice-Chancellor, faculty members, and the participants from India and abroad for this important program. of the National Webinar Series on Doubling Farmers' Income by 2022, Atmanirbhar Bharat in Agriculture, on a very important topic, potential role of minor fruits in achieving nutritional livelihood security, 19th May 2022. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Just 1 minute. Just 1 minute.